Oh. Oh.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Problematic Podcast. I'm your friendly, frustrated neighborhood co-host, Rita, with my friendliest favorite, fresh off tour co-host, Whitney.
Why do you do this to
Whitney,
me? Why do you do
welcome,
this to me?
welcome back. How you been?
Salutations and greetings, everyone. I am utterly exhausted, but I want to know why you're frustrated. What happened? Who did it?
Yeah, nobody did it. It's the weather that's got me frustrated. I'm gonna say this real quick. I have been looking forward to fall. I had a fantastic summer. I keep telling everyone the only person who had a better summer than me was Kendrick Lamar,
Well,
which we'll circle back to in just a moment. But the fall is here, and I have an apple picking date scheduled with my wife, and it decided it wants to be like 80 degrees on the apple picking day, and we
is
are
it? Wait.
upset about that.
Oh no, because we
Yeah,
have
no,
a pumpkin picking day, and
yeah.
it might be the same day.
So we grab our pumpkins while right after, we go to Lynn
Mhm.
Villa. Shout out to Lynn Villa.
Shout out to Lynn Villa.
Sponsor us. We love you guys.
Mhm.
We go to
We'll do a
Lynn
show there.
Villa. We should.
We would do a show there.
We hit the apple orchard. We pick a variety of different apples. They've got the Granny Smiths, the green apples, and then, we pick our pumpkins to paint. But, me and my wife like fall dates to feel like fall.
Yeah, it should be chilly.
Now it's gonna be hot, and I'm debating if I want to go dig out my shorts again for this fall day. I don't know how to dress now. I had a look and a vision in my head. So yeah,
Mm.
that's a little frustrating. I'm trying to plan this fall date around bra
Summer weather.
sweat, and I'm just not
Ugh, why'd you put that image in my head? Ugh,
just I'm not looking
ugh,
forward to it. It just,
ugh.
but we'll figure it out. We always do.
And do, and
Would you
do.
like to tell us about your travels before we get into music?
Child, I don't know how these people keep finding me, but apparently the folks at the White House decided to have me down to the White
Hmm.
House. And
Yeah.
I had to make a little trip on the good old Amtrak, Joe Biden's favorite mode of transportation. You know, elders, they love the
Yes,
train.
they love the train.
They love to be fair, I see why they like the
It's
train.
not transportation. We deserve more trains, honestly.
Yeah, could we have more like I feel like, no traffic and, cleaner air and scenic views and
After you take the train in Europe, you're like, we are doing this wrong. We
we're
gotta
doing this
figure this
completely
out.
wrong. Like imagine like you just go from one destination to another and you get all these beautiful views and you have like a little cafe car and it's
Yeah, I
relaxing.
deserve to
Like
be able to take a train to Chicago. It's far, but it's not that far. We
how
deserve.
delightful. And then you could have like a sleeper car,
Yeah,
which would be so nice.
I
Oh,
deserve. We gotta talk to Amtrak about this.
yes, yes, because I would pay. That's something I would pay for.
Worth it.
I know everybody wants to hop on a plane. Some of us want to stay on the ground. Some of us like the ground.
A little bit, especially for
Mhm.
short destinations. If it's
Yeah,
not
like DC was a 2 hour ride,
hop,
if that,
skip, and a jump.
if that. Flew through Wilmington, flew through Baltimore, just literally flying. I was
And
like,
then you're in
oh,
DC.
I couldn't even get into my book the way I wanted to. But yes, it was for their inaugural creator summit for mental health. And whenever I hear summit, I think of like 100, 250 people. There were 25 people there. And I was like,
This is intimate. You. Yeah, you made the
I
list.
started counting. I
You
started
made the
counting
list,
like
girl.
I was like, Joseph Robinette, do you is this Joseph Robinette or is this
Iyanla
Kamala?
Van Zant wasn't over there, but you were.
Mammy
Oh,
Titty was not there, but
I, I'm so tired of you already.
me,
We just got
me.
started. You were there in the room where it happens.
In the room where it happens. And it's a beautiful, like, the White House is so gorgeous. That was actually my first time even being in the White House. And it was a self-dragging moment because earlier this year has been insane. Just we'll have a reflection time at some point. I went to a conference that was in DC and they took us to this rooftop like bar for like
Mhm.
this cute little gala moment. And like you could see the White House and you could see the memorial, you could see all the things, right? And I said, this is as close as I'm going to get to the White House. And I smiled and I took my little picture, and God was like,
God just chuckled. Tell him what you got planned. He laughed you right out the room. Won't he, Will?
listen, I'm embarrassed because I was in there. I'm
In
thoroughly
there
embarrassed.
with the
Like
president
it
and everything.
in the best way, thoroughly embarrassed in the absolute best way. So I'm still coming down from that. We are grateful. I don't know what else he got planned for because this year,
That ain't
the
none of
way
your
he's
business,
been
really.
amping it up, I guess I just show up.
Yeah, just show up. He
I guess I
prepared
just show
the
up.
room and you just pull up.
Yeah, that whole table, he prepared the table,
Hmm.
that whole thing.
Yeah.
And so we stand it all. We are grateful. We are gratefully embarrassed. Yes.
Well, it's a
Yes.
pleasure to have you back, friend. It's so good to see you. You
I
are
missed
still
you. I miss
glowing.
Shh, I'm exhausted. I have a toddler who
Yes,
runs my life.
she does. She does. I've met her
I work for
and
her.
she does a very good job at it, to be
I'm
fair.
literally wearing a mama shirt. Like
Yes. Management is on point over
management.
at y'all house. I love that.
How are you, my love?
I'm good. I can't complain too much aside from the weather messing up my wardrobe issues. Life has been good. Life has been great. It's a pleasure to have you back. May I ask what you were listening to on your way down to DC? Because I know you had a playlist.
Child, if I had time to listen to anything. So I'm very much into old music, like
Mm.
not old, that's not the right way to say it. But Autumn in New York,
Okay.
is that Etta? I can't remember. I think it's Etta James, and she sings
Okay.
Autumn in New York. And it was funny because I'm going to DC, but it's a song about autumn in New York. And it's such a you gotta it's a I'm gonna describe this and I hope you pick up what I'm putting down. It's Sunday afternoon music.
Oh, yes.
It's Sunday
Yes.
afternoon music where the chores are done, the house is clean, something is cooking on the stove. You got the windows cracked just a little bit just to let some cool air in. You can see the foliage is turning, the sun is just getting ready to set,
I love it.
and football, you could be between watching it or not, but it's Sunday
I'm watching
afternoon
it, but
music.
you might be
You're
doing
watching.
something else.
I would be in the kitchen,
There you
actually.
go.
That's where I would be, or wherever that child tells me to go. But it's Sunday after. I told you she runs my life. It's Sunday afternoon music, and I really need that because I was tied in knots because of my expectations and things like that. So it was just very calming, very soothing.
I love that for you, friend.
Wait, this is my favorite part of the show where you describe music, and I keep telling like music outlets. I'm like, get my friend, get her on board, get her, pay her
I
a
feel
lot of
like
money.
you set me up for failure, but I have a couple of music takes. But what I have been listening to on repeat is Dixie Chicks, or they go by the Chicks now,
Sure
Landslide.
do.
So this is the second
Great
time it's
song.
a beautiful
Oh, that's so
song.
good for this time of year
And
too. You
thank
little
you.
witchy ass. You
Uh,
little witchy ass.
Thank you, friend.
You are the practical magic black version.
I'm glad you see it. You see it. You get
I
me.
see. Mhm.
I have been listening to the Dixie Chicks Landslide on repeat. It is a beautiful song. I'm a fan of the Chicks. They go by the Chicks now. They took the Dixie out.
Mhm.
But I'm a fan of the Chicks and just they were my introduction into bluegrass music. And I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I'm a huge bluegrass fan, but I do
Mhm.
like the instrumentation and the musicality and just the different tones and sounds you hear when you implement like banjos and acoustic guitars together. And the Dixie
Mhm.
Chicks are all violin players, guitar players.
Oh,
So, I mean, the musicianship that comes
so
through is
good.
awesome. When you couple that with their like bluegrass influenced country music and the way they harmonize together,
Oh,
it's
those voices.
such a beautiful song, and
Oh.
it really does capture like the season minus the hot ass day that's coming this weekend. It really is just a beautiful song. You can listen to it on repeat. I have added it to my country music playlist, but also like my relaxation playlist that
Mhm.
I use for like painting and prepping shows and things.
Mhm.
But one of the things that I think I like most about this song, so this is the second time it's happened to me. I'm in love with the song Landslide. And then I find out it's a cover. And not only is it the second time I found out it's the cover, but it's the cover of a Fleetwood Mac song.
Max song. Mm-hmm.
And there was a Shaka Khan song that I love called Everywhere. I had no idea. I have become a Fleetwood Mac fan over the last 2 years because
Mm-hmm.
artists that I love keep covering their songs.
So
And
good.
then I find, but what the chicks do with what
Those vocals.
Fleetwood,
The vocals.
it's the layering of the vocals compared to the original. The original is great. It's
Oh, it's
fantastic.
great. It's
When you go
lovely.
listen to the Chicks Landslide, make sure that you run it
Mm-hmm.
back and go to Fleetwood Mac so that you can really appreciate the harmonies
That
and the violins and the strings that go into this song. Those girls were floating on Landslide.
levitating,
So
levitating, like
levitating.
in their best like flannels
Yeah,
and like knee-high boots and those like felt hats that y'all be wearing.
it
Oh,
sounds
I
like
feel
a
it's
chilly afternoon with flannel cowboy boots, jeans, and hanging
by the
out with your
fire
girls.
pit
It right.
with
You
like something warm and alcoholic.
yes.
Yes.
My spiked whiskey cider that I'm going to be making this weekend because we
Oof.
also pick that up when we go apple picking. We get our
I
cider, we spike it,
shout
add a
out
little
to the
cinnamon.
lesbian vibes over there because y'all be doing the things. Like, let me tell you, the divine feminine energy that exists around.
Thank you, friend. We
I
do our
love
best.
it.
We
I'll
do
come
our
over
best.
and be lesbian adjacent.
I love it. I love you being an ally. I love the adjacent allyism.
I
It's
just want to come over and just sit. I'm like, I don't have to do anything. I just want to sit in the
there will
vibes.
be snacks, popcorn,
There's always snacks. We
really good
always have it.
buffalo chicken dip, some
See,
meatballs,
I
wine,
love us.
more wine than you can
Wine.
bear, and
We
spiked
love
apple
wine.
cider, friend.
Hmm.
I need to do like a fall beverage link up.
That
Ah,
would be
I gotta
awesome.
talk to some
Like an
people about
apple
that.
cinnamon spiked something.
Yeah,
Ooh.
I'm on it. I'm on it, friend. I'm on it.
Listen, we're
I'm
gonna have
on
to get
it.
together. Don't y'all take our ideas now. I don't want to see y'all on the tickety talk
I don't have time.
or
Not
the
this.
Insta of Graham.
But I have to, so that's been on repeat, but let
Hmm.
me tell you what my favorite niece did.
What your niece do? Break up with
Glorilla.
that boy? Oh, wait, different niece. Sorry.
Different niece.
Different niece.
Different niece. Glorilla released her debut
We
album.
love her.
And it is called Glorious. And y'all have been
If that don't
cracking
sound like a
jokes.
gospel ass album,
Well, you know, Gloria Hallelujah,
Gloria
Jesus
Hallelujah
Jones the
Woods.
third had to come and
We never call her the right name.
we never do, but
Ooh,
there
I'm
have been people
tickled.
on the internet cracking their jokes because you can tell the gospel. One, you know she got a praying grandma. You know by
Her
her name that
name,
she has a praying grandma.
her name
But
is Gloria Hallelujah.
she has a song called Rain Down on Me featuring Kirk Franklin,
All right, that's enough.
Maverick
Maverick City.
Maverick City music. Okay. Just I'm setting the scene here.
Gloria Hallelujah.
Sierra Sheared.
A Sheard is
Okay.
on
A
there?
Sheared and Chandler Moore. And the song is as hood gospel as you can get
I love it.
and still gospel.
I love
She's
it.
talking about, dealing with the frustrations of life. God protected her from her haters. The weapons do form. And that's the
They
thing
come on. Come
people
on.
lose sight of. The
Come on,
weapons
Rita.
form.
They do form.
He never told us the weapons wouldn't form. And sometimes God got to let you watch the weapons form. So
Yeah.
you know it's him and not you. And
Yeah.
this is a song that
Yeah.
is a testimony to the weapons
Mhm.
forming, but not
They
prospering.
don't have to prosper.
Little baby Gloria, hallelujah. Not you shouting. I'm Whitney. So
Tell you that was a word. I need y'all to receive it. Get your shondo on. Like
I
he's
never
coming in a
thought I would
Hyundai
hear the words on gang in a gospel
in a
song.
gospel song.
But baby, Maverick City showed up and did what they needed to do. You know, Kier Sheard always gonna pull up
Listen,
and
loud.
shout to the heavens.
Yeah.
Shout past the audience straight to the heavens.
Listen.
Overall, I really like this album. It kind of makes me wish I was 25. because I know that this album isn't tailored to me, but it
No.
some of the music is really good music to curl your hair to. I
Mm-hmm.
will say that she does have a song with Money Long called "Don't Deserve," and the reason why I like this song is because it is a best friend talking to her best friend about how
Mm-hmm.
she hates the fact that she is losing herself over a nigga.
Oh, friends. I
And
love friendship.
basically saying, like, girl, he don't deserve you. He had a baby on you. He don't
Oh.
treat you right. And you are pretty.
Mm-mm.
You are smart.
You
You
smell good.
deserve better. And if you keep playing with him and let him play in your face, I'ma whoop his ass. Cause that's why
I love friends.
I'm trying to be an understanding friend, girl. We all been there.
I love friends.
But he don't deserve you.
Listen, that's applicable across the
Uh,
age groups.
Baby, listen, because
Honey.
I, at my great big age of 37, got one or two friends
Oh,
attached to some
man.
lame ass niggas.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
baby, cut them loose. But
Listen, please cut him
you
loose.
gotta sit back and be a friend to your friend, not a friend to your friend's relationship. And
Yeah, he
so,
can't come over though.
no,
He's not
no,
coming to the apple cider event.
he not even invited.
The
Matter of
apple
fact,
cider
if he
social.
drop you off, tell him to drop you off at the corner. You can walk down. He
Listen.
don't even gotta bang that right.
Mm-mm.
Just let you
He,
off at the corner.
listen, he can carry your bags to the front of the house. Well, I'll come out and get the rest of them. But yeah, no, he is not invited to the apple cider social.
He can't. He cannot.
No.
But the reason why I
Mm-mm.
wanted to point out Glorilla and her achievements and congratulations to her on this fantastic album for
Yay.
the girls, because the girls, my nieces, my 20 somethings to early 30 somethings are gonna love this shit
Mm-hmm.
outside. But
Yes.
I
Please be
distinctly
outside, y'all.
remember JT, another woman rapper who I don't believe is half as talented.
Oh,
Um
oh,
criticizing Glorilla for her aggressiveness and her voice,
what's
using
what?
misogyny to say she was too masculine and that she would never be successful and that she fell off and yada yada yada. And I
I
swear
have
it's
questions.
I got answers for you.
Where's JT now?
Who knows? Who knows? Question mark.
Because I keep seeing Glorilla with Megan, and on
Glorilla with
occasion,
Lotto.
Glorilla with Lotto. I keep seeing Glorilla with Cardi. Well, no,
Mhm.
not directly with
Yeah.
Cardi, but like in the
With
everybody
in
seems
the
cool.
vicinity. Yep.
And I'm like, Megan be hanging out with Beyonce, so you're just like one step away.
Yes. Yes.
If Glorilla gets on a damn song with Beyonce, I'm gonna
It's gonna
lose my
happen.
mind.
Because
Hmm.
Beyonce loved the girls. She loved the girls.
Beyonce is a bird just like the rest of us, and I
Yeah,
love that.
she's
I
from
love that.
Houston. Of
She's
course
a
she is.
bird like the rest of us. Shout out to Miss Giselle. Like we adore you. I love you. I love that you're in this. You're out of your platinum blonde era. You're in your golden blonde era. I
But
love this.
let me tell you something. I know we are getting off track. Listeners,
We're
please
never
follow me
off
here.
track. This is exactly where we're supposed to be.
I This is where my bird comes out and my
Oh
basic
no,
bitch comes out.
wait, wait.
I don't wear like wigs or lace fronts or weaves. It's never
You
been my
don't.
thing. I don't have anything against them. It's just
It's just
that
not your thing.
the level of time and commitment that goes into those things is just
Hmm.
I am a simple girl. I take this do-rag off, I let these curls fall, and I walk out the house.
Hmm.
And yes, I am recording in my bow wow do-rag.
That's your business.
But when Beyonce came out with the platinum blonde bundles at the Super Bowl, I said, now I usually don't go for a platinum blonde look, but baby, she
Ma'am.
was looking fantastic. And that was the winter look. Then
Hmm.
she transitioned. The highlights of the blonde have been changing. And I know I'm a bird because I've been paying attention to some shit that I usually do not pay attention to. And now she's got the gold-ish hue going on to the.
Yeah.
She looks so fucking good
She looks
in that blonde.
so good. I'm
She
like,
looks.
oh, you heard all them people trying to make fun of you for your ice blonde.
She
So
did.
now you trying to like show the folks
I
that you don't give
love
a
the
good
ice blonde
goddamn. She
because the
don't give
ice blonde went well with February weather. And it
and
went.
with Renaissance.
eh, Thank, thank you, friend.
She's supposed to be the queen of Renaissance. It's literally platinum and silver and chrome. Ice blonde.
I I
Y'all are
never
so weird.
thanks to Beyonce, I now have a fonder appreciation for the just the elements of blonde. Because you know me,
Mm-hmm.
there's a dark blonde and there's a not so dark blonde.
And
And
then there's brown
with,
and red and
yeah, and then, but she has been bringing the hues and the colors and she looks good. And this press run that she's doing for her
oof,
alcohol,
Sir
is,
Davis.
is it out yet? Because I'm looking to
It's
spike
out.
some site.
I think
Tell
it's
me
out.
again. I'm such a
Yeah, and
grr.
people are just the thing that frustrates me about this is because it's like people are like, oh, here she goes again. And I'm like, y'all don't understand. She's been developing this for years. She submitted this particular, I think it's whiskey.
Yes,
This
and it's
particular,
won awards before we knew about it. She
yeah, she
vetted
was
her
submitting it.
product.
Mm-hmm.
I you know, I like to think
Mm-hmm.
that I'm a real nigga at heart. So,
I'm just
although
saying.
whiskey tends to be a little more unforgiving to me the next day,
Yeah.
primarily my headaches, I gotta try
Yeah.
it and I have to support it. But
Yeah.
I digress from my original point, which
Sorry,
is to
friend.
say, no, it's all good. I love where Glorilla is at right now because people will talk about you. People will see your talent
Mm-hmm.
and try to tear you
My
down.
my.
And
My
if you
my.
take a step back and just keep focused, everything I have heard from Glorilla this year has made me bop.
Yeah.
That baby is having the
Yeah.
time of her life. So, I would like to say shout out to her. I do
Mm.
have a question for you.
Oh no.
Are you a J. Cole fan?
In and out. Like I have appreciation for him, but I don't really keep up, sort of way.
Oh, okay. I
What
have
did
to
he
say this.
do? Did he do something?
It's sort of, you know,
Jermaine.
Jermaine. So
Jermaine.
I have celebrated Jermaine backing out of that dumbass fight between Kendrick Lamar and Drake. Sometimes when your cousins fight, you gotta mind your business because you don't want to get jumped.
Right.
And I think Kendrick Lamar did the correct thing by apologizing. You are friends with both of these
You mean
gentlemen. I mean,
J.
not
Cole?
Kendrick, J. Cole. My
Yeah.
apologies. Thank you.
No,
I
no,
think
you're
that
good.
J. Cole did the right thing by saying, "Hey, I shouldn't have dissed you, man. I'm sorry. We just rapping. We're friends. I'm friends with the light skinned guy from Toronto. I'm friends with the brown skinned guy from Compton. We're good. My bad. I'll see myself out." And a
I'll
lot
see
of y'all
myself out.
cracked y'all jokes, and y'all had a lot to say because hip hop is competitive. And I make the comparison to sports in the sense of if the game is on the line and I'm
Mm-hmm.
competing and say I foul somebody in a basketball game, I'm not going to own up to the foul, walk over to the ref and be like, "Excuse me, sir, I fouled him."
Yeah.
This is a
Nope.
competition. We got to play the game as the game in front of us with the rules in front of us. You got to, you know, it's hip hop. It's competitive. Somebody shoots at you, you shoot back. Hopefully you keep it down to lyrics. My problem is because I celebrated J. Cole for being a bigger man and just protecting his peace because everybody was trying to have a good summer. We see Drake had eight. Drake has had 15
Just a
consecutive good
terrible,
summers until
just
2024.
I mean, he earned it.
He did.
He
It's
earned it.
it's been a lot. So Jermaine Cole is featured on I y'all know the song. I don't know the song. I don't even know the name of I've heard snippets of his new feature. And essentially what he's saying in the new feature is I backed out because I didn't want to fight with my boys, but not because I would have lost the battle. I would have won the battle,
Wait, no,
but I didn't
no.
want to have a foe. I didn't want to have an enemy.
Are you joking?
Jermaine,
You've been listening to your friends again.
Jermaine,
They ain't your friends at this point.
Jermaine.
Mm-mm.
My thing is, if when we let things go, we let things go. If we apologize and we move on,
We move on.
we
You got to move on when you apologize and move on. That's the key. And you letting your ego spike you up into bad decisions again is going to get you exact like you how do you show up after you watched an ass whooping that you narrowly avoided and then try to poke the person who did the ass whooping? Like you could get it too.
I
Like
just
Kendrick has a family like
he
you do who needs to eat.
he does.
He
He
will get
does.
to work on you. He is a Pulitzer winning rapper. Okay, Jermaine, you're great in your own right. You don't have this, you don't have to do the dick swing contest. We really
It's
don't have to do
not.
this. Like, learn like the girls. We can all be great.
There's a direct quote that says they see this fire in my pen and think I'm dodging smoke. I wouldn't have lost a battle, dog. I would have lost a bro. Kendrick, not Kendrick, I'm sorry, Jermaine, you got on stage at your own festival, and gave a very heartfelt,
Your own festival.
you gave a very heartfelt apology and you stepped to the side. And I think that's admirable. And I don't even mind you rapping about this situation. That's fine. You're a rapper. We expect you to rap about things that are going on in your life.
Absolutely.
But I don't think you should say things that may precipitate spinning this back up because
You just gonna go kick the bee's nest after you watch that person get stung?
if you protect your peace, keep protecting your peace. Baby, we
It's,
had a good summer.
it's ongoing. It's protection.
It's gotta be an ongoing protection.
You want to end
Accusing
up a meme?
one or both of these men of using bots to,
Mm-mm.
accusing them of saying or of using this beef to get clicks and money, which he did say in the verse. Critiquing this beef on the outside months later when you could have very much been a part of it seems a little risky to me. Jermaine, we want to have a good fall.
Listen, happy fall.
Happy
Yes.
fall.
Happy fall. Just a joyful ass fall. Why are we doing this?
You're rapping your ass off. And I know that, he's mentioned that a lot of his fans did not feel the apology because that's hip hop. I, but
But it's aggressive
it,
and,
it is.
but also hip hop gets people killed.
It, I'm on somebody.
I'm just saying, hip hop has people losing their minds. Hip hop has people losing their livelihoods and their families and things like that. So, you know, we could just make it about the music
We
and you could just
could.
keep enjoying your like self-forming locks and just keep it pushing. Like, I don't understand what the problem is.
Yeah,
They're
I did.
self-forming.
They are. I feel like when a man addresses something one time at a festival in front of all his friends, there's no need to address it a second time after it has all but blown over. I don't see what the intent is behind it
No,
creatively,
no,
but I guess in time we shall see. But I hope that Jermaine
you can
has a
keep
good
it.
fall. I feel like maybe he's cruising for a bruising. I don't know. I don't know what we get from this. I don't know where we're going with
I'm
this.
I'm gonna sit it right there and let it be.
There you
That's all
go.
I'm gonna say. Because listen, like you said, protecting your peace is habitual. It is ongoing.
It is ongoing. It is
It is
an
on
aspirational goal. We're
going.
always pursuing the
Right,
peace.
right.
I'm gonna switch gears real quick. I want to get your take on something. So I
Uh-oh.
think no, no, no. Just this is my I don't think this is problematic at all, but I've had this
Okay.
conversation and you tell me where we fall. When Kamala Harris wins this election, I, me, me, want her to piss a couple people off. I would like her to pull up to the inauguration
Mhm.
with box braids. I don't think it hurts nobody, but I think it pisses the right people off, the people who I don't fuck with. What do you think? Is that bad for me saying that? That's
It's
bad?
not bad.
Okay.
I don't want her to catch cold because that's a lot of scalp.
It's fine. She'll be all right.
I need her to have
She
like
can do the poetic justice and put a little beret over the box braids. Cause she got to be out here in her coat any damn way.
can you
No?
imagine?
I just
And
I could
she would be inaugurated on Martin Luther King Day
I,
by Justice Jackson.
this is the black we deserve this. Do we
There
not?
needs to be a HBC. Howard's band needs to go ahead and tune up.
Thank
Tune
you. They
up.
always bring a poet, and it got to be like a slam poet. It got to be somebody who is ready to nig. I want somebody out there
I want it to
nigging.
be so incredibly black. Get every gospel singer you've ever known. All of them. Get them on the horn right now. Seriously. With the K's are getting ready to
Oh,
stroll on into DC.
let
It's gonna be a
me.
parade of pink and green.
I've been saying it for months. Whitney has been saying it for months, and I've been very clear. I am not Greek. But y'all best be
Insufferable.
prepared. If you don't know the
Insufferable.
AKAs by now, that's okay, because they're coming, baby. There's about to be
Ooh.
a legion of pink
Oh,
and they are will be an army, they will be in formation. But I
they
just think
will.
if we inaugurate in the first black woman president, we might as well black it up, right?
Black it all the way up. Blackety
I,
blacket it up.
I, I
Mm-hmm.
want it to be colored AF. And I
Mm-hmm.
don't think I
Colored AF. Well, in that same vein, I really do need some Indian in there as well.
yes, absolutely. Because I am all about merging you don't abandon one culture for another,
And
especially
she
when you're
doesn't.
and she doesn't, and she never has.
Mm-hmm.
But babe, can I get some box braids? And I just want to see the news
Not a good
headline.
silk press.
No, I don't want to suppress. No,
She's not
no.
getting box braids in
I
January. It's cold.
not just box braids. I want goddess braids.
The ones with the
Yes. Yes. Yes.
and hoop earrings
Yeah, and hoop it,
with bangles because that's
please,
multicultural.
please.
That's
Please.
multicultural.
Yes.
That's that's Indian and black.
Whitney, you see my vision.
Oh
And I
God.
just want all of the
Whew.
conservatives to just
They're gonna
hold
lose
their
their mind.
breath and
Oh,
pass away from frustration.
oh, they're gonna lose their
Please.
mind. It's too much niggerdom.
And I love it.
I
Just
love
black eyed
it.
peas, cornbread, mac and cheese, and fried catfish. I just want
Lift
it.
every voice and sing at the damn inauguration. I will
Yes.
sob. I will
I'm going.
literally.
I'll be down there. I got to go.
Ain't no hotels. They
I
already booked them all
I,
up.
I need a hotel. I can drive down there for the day and come the fuck back home. It's not
Child,
that far.
that damn mall is going to be so packed.
It
That's
is.
going to be the most obscene. Oh my gosh.
Goddess
Can,
braids
we need to reflect because
with culturally appropriate bangles.
you know what? God has been doing his big one this year. And I said that we are going to say the things that we want. So
Yes.
let's say the things that we want. I want to see Howard University's band lead that procession. And I want to hear who could sing it, who could sing Lift Every Voice and Sing, who could do it. Because we don't have Whitney no more.
No, we don't have Whitney no more.
Who
We
could do
don't.
it?
Let's
You know
dig.
what, Giselle? Giselle, we ain't seen you in a while.
We have it. Jennifer Hudson can do it too. She can sing
Jennifer
her.
Hudson
She
would
can sing
sing
her.
heaven and earth down. Do you hear me? Do you hear
She
me?
she could do it. She could pull it off. She
Oh
could
my
do it.
gosh,
But
that
I
would be
mean, I
beautiful.
feel like having Beyonce over there works.
And then we already said Justice Jackson
Yes.
on the Frederick Douglass Bible.
Yes.
Yes. I don't
Hmm.
know about box braids because again, January. I don't want her to be cold.
With a
She'll need
beret,
to
it
get sick.
works.
She'll
With a
need to get sick. I actually just learned that one of the presidents actually died because he got sick from
at the
his
inauguration.
inauguration.
Well, with the way the climate is going, it might be 70 degrees on inauguration day. We have no
Don't
idea.
make me sad.
We don't
I
we
want
don't know.
seasons.
It's going
I
to be
want
80
seasons.
degrees on Sunday. By the time y'all
I
hear
don't want to talk
this,
about it.
okay, I'm just saying, 80
I'm so
degrees
sad. I want
in
autumn.
mid-October.
Listen, these
We getting a
pumpkins
little
better
bit of her,
be.
a little bit, a little bit.
Anyway, but yes, we got to say the things that we want. I want to see the AKA stroll in. I know that's not a very Delta statement, but I will be literally holding the line for them. Like, hey,
Hey,
don't
hey,
cross
hey,
this.
hey.
I know it's 8 miles long. You gotta wait. They're gonna stroll this entire time. Okay, let them go.
Setting a
Okay,
record for the longest stroll on
longest stroll ever.
inauguration day is going to be
The
peak African American culture. I
the
love that.
P yes, the all the pink and green coats that are getting ready to be sold out,
Listen,
gloves,
if you ain't
hats,
got one
scarves.
now, I let me go ahead.
Invest. Go ahead and invest.
What I'm gonna do,
Wait,
yes,
while
yes.
I have y'all on the line, dear white people,
Oh God.
our Black Greek culture is very sacred to us. If you see us throwing up hand signs and making sounds and doing specific strolls, dances, if you will, line dances that are specific to our organizations, You are not invited to join into that. See, I know
Mm-mm.
that y'all like to invite yourselves to join into every damn thing because you think that everything is accessible to you. And when it's not, it's some form of like reverse hatred. Hate to break it to you. There's parts of and elements of culture that you're just not allowed to participate in unless you are part of that culture or heritage. And that is okay. If I see
Mm-mm.
Susie Ann
Mm-mm.
do a ski wee,
Mm-mm.
and that's not
No.
even my organization, I
No.
promise you it's not going to go well. Not that I'm going to do any harm, but I might have to keep some people from doing harm to Susie Ann, right?
Mm.
This is not your time to pull out your Shein's finest because I saw it on Shein where they had what was it, like a '08 sparkly jersey
Oh
dress, pink and
no.
green on Shein.
No, no, no,
If
no, no.
First of all, it's gonna be too damn cold, but if you wear that, you might get charged up and you're not going to like that experience. So please, this is your opportunity to be the respectful allies that you said you did all that learning and growing in 2020. Y'all read them books. If you need to blow the dust off of them, get back in them pages because you need to let Black people have things. You need
Peace.
to let Black people have things. I mean, otherwise we'll just take things.
Mm.
Listen.
Mm.
So that's all I'm going to say about that.
Uh,
Please don't join in.
heed, heed Whitney's warnings, and please don't get yourself mocked, canceled, doxxed.
You'll end up as a daggone meme. Like we don't be doing all the violent stuff. We just
No,
laugh at you and embarrass you
yeah.
for
So
perpetuity.
avoid at all costs. But I like the vision. I appreciate the elements that you've added to it. I'm still hoping for box braids, goddess braids, some bangles.
What's gonna happen?
I know her squad is going to be there. Is going to be a
Oh
sea
my God.
of
The
pink
ski
and
wee
green.
that's gonna
I'm going to, if I'm not in DC, I'm going to hear it here in Philly. Be like, oh, do y'all hear that? Y'all don't hear that?
it's gonna be an earthquake due to
Baby.
the depth that the ski wee is
And,
gonna hit.
and I'm so happy for them and for her
Yes.
and for y'all.
Hmm.
But yeah, I gotta find a way to
I mean,
text her. She changed her number since we broke up,
I'm
so
sorry
it's hard
about
to get
that.
in touch. With
It's
Secret
standard, yeah.
Service and everything, it's a little
Yeah,
more
that makes
difficult to get
sense,
in touch
yeah.
with her. But I'm gonna get the message over to her. Just a recommendation, girl. Just if we pissing people off by you getting elected,
Go
let's
for
go
it.
all the way. Let's
Go for
really
it.
just rain on everybody's parades. But yeah, that's my take. I had to throw that in there. I think this is a great time to take a break and then you can
Hmm.
cuss at some people. So
And I got some people to cuss at. So yeah.
we'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. Hey guys, we love to hear from you over at the Problematic Podcast. So if you've got a problematic story or a question you'd like to ask us, you can now text it to 609-316-6152. Again, the number is 609-316-6152. Standard messaging rates apply, and we love to hear from you. Now let's get back to the show. Whitney, my dearest friend, who do we hate today?
Oh, child, listen. Um, Republicans, I know it's been a difficult time for y'all, where you've had a reality TV show star really, really, and his minions really just mess up the whole we're the party of family thing that y'all got going on. Y'all gonna have to grab Marjorie Taylor Greene because she's not well. Um,
Not well at all.
Between her post about drinking raw milk, unpasteurized milk, which is literally how worms get in your brain, apparently.
And they're already there for her.
I mean, her and RFK, he keeps. Y'all need to look at RFK because if he's killing all these animals, there's got to be some human bodies somewhere.
Listen,
What he did with the baby bear, are
let's not
you?
forget that his uncle killed a white woman, left her in a lake. I ain't forget. We didn't forget Chappaquiddick. You didn't hear that? Oh, yeah, Ted Kennedy killed a white woman.
Oh yeah,
What?
you told me this.
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah, yeah. That just, I don't know. Check the basement is all I'm saying.
There's some bodies, and everyone needs to be alarmed. This man, there's something wrong with Robert. Like
He's
someone needs
not
to check
well.
in. No. Did you look at him,
First off,
Elizabeth?
told
But
y'all, he don't even look like he should be a Kennedy. I thought the Kennedys were supposed to be
they're really good
reasonably
looking.
attractive and handsome.
They're really
He
good looking. He
does,
don't
he's not
y'all
it.
where y'all find him? Y'all found him
Yeah.
in like in a mountain pass, and you're like, oh, he's an adorable baby, and took him home, and then he
We'll
grew up
keep
to be a
it.
gremlin.
Yeah, he's not, it's not giving Kennedy, is all I'm saying.
No, I'm just saying. I saw some of them pictures firsthand, walking around the White House, and I was like,
Hmm.
yeah, I can understand Robert. I can
Hmm.
understand. I can understand John. I can see.
I see the
I can
vision.
see.
I'm
I
gay and I
see
see the
why.
vision.
Like I see why, especially tall.
Yeah, I see where they were going. They had the hair. This
Yeah,
guy
yeah, they
looks
look good. This one looks like a mountain troll.
a sun-dried tomato. I just don't
But
approve.
yes, speaking of a sun-dried tomato, Miss Bleach Blonde Bad Built Butch Body herself recently posted that you know they control the weather. For no one who's watching this, because no one's watching this. This is not something that we have people watch. I just did quotation marks. This lady is a government official, literally a member of Congress, and she's still peddling these ridiculous things
Mhm.
about weather. Now, I told you, we've already talked about the Jewish space lasers that she thought was in control of the California wildfires. I told you about the raw milk situation because that was relatively recent. And the community notes on that, first of all, shout out to the community notes. I always appreciate a good community note. It was every organization, like every United States body that would
Mhm.
know that raw milk was bad
Mhm.
was listed. And I'm like,
Hey,
I see
baby.
why y'all, I see why y'all keep trying to defund these groups.
Mhm. Because they were like,
No, ma'am,
let's
not from the
not do
official
that.
account. What? Anyway, politicizing a hurricane is fucked up enough. But to say that folks control the weather from the seat that you sit in,
Mhm.
and miss me with the whole cloud seeding situation, because so cloud seeding is a thing
Mhm.
where they create rainstorms. Like we have the ability to create little rainstorms for irrigation and things like that for farms. Cloud seeding is a thing. A damn hurricane,
Baby.
a,
And
a hur-
why? And why would they?
y'all will literally tie yourselves in every knot, turn yourselves into entire pretzels, be looking like the sailor ropes that tie on the boats because y'all refuse to acknowledge that climate is changing.
It's
Y'all
not
will
that
refuse.
hard. It's not
We've had two superstorms in a matter of days.
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 They Appalachia is a mess.
There is a segment of North Carolina that was there, and I don't say this to be funny, that was there 2 weeks ago and is not there because
It's gone.
the landslide just took an entire town away.
It's
And that
gone.
town wasn't even directly hit by a hurricane.
No. No.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't remember it being 80 in mid-October in 96.
It used to be
May,
cold. It used to be cold in October. I remember end of September. It used to start getting
yes,
cold. Putting on
yes.
your jackets, putting on like this is wild. And folks keep saying like there's still time. We still can fix this. Like otherwise we're going to have to like there's no such thing as a climate haven anymore.
No, baby.
Like
It's
these storms are getting bigger, they're getting wilder, they're doing more damage. The outside effects outside of the storm is starting to affect more people. There's whole insurance companies that will not pay for people's homes that have been flooded. Like, and these things are people died. People died. And you're sitting up
died.
there trying to politicize stuff saying, oh, you know, they control the what.
Who is electing
Marjorie,
this person?
Marjorie, I know that the only reason why you got in is because of racism and whiteness. But come on now.
Please, please be more responsible with your racism and whiteness. I mean, if you're not going to stop being those things,
Please be more responsible about it.
this
The
girl
responsible
talk
racist.
like a person who drinks with a cocaine kicker. It is just the shit that comes out of her mouth. It's like
I
she
just,
hears voices, and the voices are drunk and also on cocaine. I don't get it. I don't
I
know
don't
who's
get it.
electing her.
Uh, More bigots, more people who really believe that the little bit of cloud seeding we do to in order to irrigate crops is the same as creating like there's a hurricane machine.
Superstorms. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like tell me you never paid attention to earth science in your
Ever.
life. In your
Ever.
life. Like you're sitting up there getting these briefs. Like I imagine that there's something information that
No. No. She
you know
just sat
what?
there every day
And
with just a whole hollow space between them two fucking ears.
this is the problem that I keep running into with whiteness. It's just like with blackness, we have to be excellent just to exist. Like we have to prove ourselves not to be a threat. We have to prove that we are safe, we're not threatening, we're entertaining. We have to have some value outside of just intrinsically being human. For whiteness, you can be literally dumb as as a brick. You can
Eh.
literally be shoe level intelligence and end up as a congressperson.
Yep.
That's obscene. That
Yeah.
is obscene. So, like, everyone needs to miss me with, you know, we have to work twice as hard to get half as far, as if that's a problem on us. Like, look at the caliber. I see why y'all didn't want us to attend these schools. I see why y'all try to fight every educational advancement that is inclusive. I see exactly why. Because just as soon, and we're still thriving and we're still doing the damn things. Hello, you have an HBCU graduate that could possibly, most likely, prayerfully, will be our next president of the United States. So
Boom.
miss me with it.
With all
Miss
the
me with it.
obstacles. With all the obstacles.
All of them.
Delayed but not denied, baby.
And imagine what we would do if we didn't have anything to encumber us. Like, and then think about your role in this. Your only role in your country's history is to be an encumberment.
How
Like
did
your only role is to hold people back. You don't want to go further. You
no.
don't imagine something else for yourself outside of your glorified mediocrity. You don't
Mm-mm.
want more than that.
No. She want unpasteurized milk
But
and foolishness. She is here for fuckery and foreign diseases, baby. That's it.
while I'm on the topic of hurricanes,
Oh boy.
for you knuckle dragon booger eating bathwater black as tar nasty motherfuckers who keep talking about FEMA
God.
as if FEMA is run and can be overridden by the President of the United States. Heavy on the fuck yous. Heavy. Y'all are going to get people killed. All this misinformation and disinformation and stuff like that, you're allowed to not like people. Like you're allowed to not, you, no one said that you have to like everybody. But what we don't have to do is lie and make up shit. There were, I think it was two posts that I saw that went pretty viral. One of them was taken down where a lady and then a guy, they were talking about FEMA and they were losing their minds because the initial payment that FEMA was giving people is $750 after disasters and things like that. Notice how I said initial.
Initial.
Notice how I said initial. And they were losing their minds. And anyone who does not know, so this is me trying to be understanding, anyone who does not know what's going on with that would be like, yeah, why don't we get more money? What's going on, Joseph? Like, what's going on? Then you do a little reading.
Well, that's a big thing for them, but a hurdle. Continue.
then you then you learn some things. Then you say, hey, when you ask a question, you got to go answer that. So you got to go find it. Hey, why is this happening with FEMA? Let me type up on that good old Google machine to find that information.
Not the
Did you know
Google
that
machine.
the Google machine, did you know Congress determines those amounts?
I did. I did. As a person who passed, AP government and works for the federal government. Yeah, I do. And who reads more than 3 books a year? Yeah.
So Congress determines that amount. Not only does Congress determine that amount, several very well known Congress people have voted to defund
They don't
FEMA
even want to give
time
you
and
the
time
750.
and that part. Shout out to Kamala HQ because they be doing the things. They publish a list, a list. So while these people are yelling and fussing about what FEMA's doing, including these sitting government officials, what Kamala HQ and I believe the White House, I think they're tag teaming. Like those
I
social
think they're
media
cousins.
teams,
I think they're
their social
cousins.
media teams, those are Gen Z people, and they don't give a shit. Let me tell you. But them tag teaming each other and saying, "Hey, I forget which sitting official. Pardon me, y'all. I'm going off cuff. But there were several sitting officials that were complaining about the 750. Long and the short, they would tweet them and say, "You voted against this last week."
On Tuesday, my nigga,
So what are we talking about here?
you came to work, voted no, got a lunch, and went the fuck back home.
And then here come the hurricane.
And y'all
Wait,
like, we deserve
what's the ballroom
more.
song? Here come the hurricane, bitch. Here come
Mm,
the hurricane, bitch.
mm.
Here come the hurricane, bitch.
And
Here
shoulders
come the hurricane.
and legs
I
and
can't do
vogue
it.
it out.
I can't do it. I can't do it. But yeah, like I just at some point you have to do more than rant and rave on the internet. At some point you have to actually put that phone down or pick it up,
Or pick it
fire up
up. Shit.
fire up the Google and get to work. It's very, very,
Read a
it's
little bit. Just a little
something.
bit.
Please, please, y'all. Like, because like this level of misinformation and disinformation is really going to get people killed. Finally, I have one last one.
Let's do it.
This one is kind of personal. So I'm pulling up the person right now.
Oh boy. Who we got
This one
today?
goes to damn Mrs. Graham on
Damn.
Instagram.
Okay.
Ma'am, you did not have to make me cry like this.
Oh Lord.
So I posted my picture standing in front of the White House. And she said, "Your daughter is gonna brag so hard about you one day."
Is.
And I lost it.
Is.
Wait, lost it right in the
Don't
phone. I'm
don't
not.
you
We're gonna
cry
hold this together.
because I will punch you in the
I'm
elbow.
liable. I'm liable. You know I'm sensitive. You
Please
know I'm a
don't
marshmallow.
start your
When I
shit.
tell you, I like looked at that and like my whole belly filled up with like warm feels and like
Joy.
validation. Because it's like there's 3 people I'm trying to make proud on this earth. Four people I'm trying to make proud on this earth. Only 4. Jesus Christ,
Okay.
my mama,
Yes, Nadine.
my husband,
Mm-hmm.
and that girl.
Okay. I
But
like
that
it.
girl, I didn't mean to make her the smallest one, but that's funny.
She is the smallest one
She is
right
the
now.
smallest one right now. Right now, she's gonna be looking me in the face and like next year, she's growing like a weed, like mint. Um, but that girl, her most of all, like
Oh,
Jesus, obviously, but her right after, because I'm like, I want my work to mean something. And I love that it means so many things to people who are out there, who see it, who witness it, who read it, who it affects. But for it to mean something to her,
mhm.
for her to feel validated, for her to feel seen and heard, for her to see that her mama is, I know she won't understand it now, she's only 3, but for her to see that her mama has been fighting so that her life can be easier and be more gentle and that the world can be a
Oh,
kinder place, that shit means something to me. So, damn, Mrs. Graham, thank you for making me cry into my phone
way
while
to
I was
go,
trying to go home.
Mrs. Damn, Mrs. Graham.
Try, Trying to go home on the damn Amtrak,
Get
crying into my phone.
trying to
I
get
think I
back
got
to your
broken up with.
baby.
I know.
No, girl. Not you crying on the train. That's
Yeah,
weird. Don't
it
do
was
that.
embarrassing. It was really embarrassing. I had my shirt up like this,
Mm-mm.
just like
No,
this, just
Whitney.
like this in here.
Knock it off,
It could have
Whitney.
been the end of a movie.
Lord, you are
Roll the
such
credits. I'm done.
soft. Soft.
Listen,
SOFT.
Marshmallow.
Soft.
My husband. my husband said that I am tissue paper in the rain.
He not wrong. He's
No,
he's nailed it
it
again.
was cardboard in the rain for a while, but I have degraded
You've
now.
softened with motherhood. I've
Hmm.
I've witnessed it.
Yes, just mushy and squishy.
We love you for who you are.
Thank you, friend. All right, I'm done. I yelled it a lot. I'm sorry.
I got a problematic story here, and it's family related. I like this one. Give me the name of a mother of two 8-year-olds.
Ooh, Dorothea.
Dorothea. All right.
It's always the sigh after the name.
It's because I never know what I'm getting with you. Dorothea wrote. Me and my husband are one big happy family with two 8-year-old daughters, one from each of our prior relationships. Our girls are little besties, and the relationship with my stepdaughter's mother is healthy. My stepdaughter's mother, let's call her Elaine, has a younger daughter who I think is 5 or 6, and we always integrate her into birthday parties and big events. But recently, my stepdaughter's sister has been asking to stay with us on weekends, which my husband is strongly against. I
Hmm.
believe it's Elaine's job to address this and set a firm boundary with her daughter and explain to her why her younger child cannot spend that time with us. Would it be overstepping as a step parent to approach Elaine and talk to her about it? Because right now, we look like the bad guys when we say no. That's intense.
No, because
Disappointing.
I had a bunch of
Disappointing.
questions. You know
Oh,
me. I
I ain't
always
got
have
answers.
questions.
I ain't got the answers for you, but I like this.
So she's asking every weekend,
I don't know.
or is it just like one weekend?
I don't know. That's a
Okay.
good question, though. It matters.
Yeah,
To be
it
fair,
does
that
matter.
matters.
And then how is she asking? Because that could point to other things.
Hmm.
And it's just me with my kid, my preschool teacher person, former nanny hat on. I'm like, is something going on at your house?
Right.
Like,
It
do you
could be
just are you
something.
lonely? Like, do you
It
just
could. It.
want?
I was just gonna say that when you are, I've, I'm the eldest, but I had a very attached younger sibling,
Hmm.
and I feel like younger siblings just want to spend as much time at that age with their older sibling, and when that older sibling is out of the house for however many days, whatever the shared schedule is,
Hmm.
it's hard for a 5 or 6-year-old to understand why
Yeah,
they're not there. If it's 2 days, if it's three
yeah,
days, if it's four
exactly
days,
that.
that's an eternity to a
Oh
kindergartner or
yeah,
first grader.
oh
So
yeah.
be, it could be that it doesn't have to be something awful going on. It could just be, she wants to spend time with her sister. How's ever.
Mm,
Um, that
that's a lot
does
of
put
kids.
this on the kid.
That's
That's
a lot of
it's
kids.
a tough situation to be
It's
in
really tough.
as, the step parent or even, as the biological father. It's like
Hmm.
I'm here, I have a family, and it's okay to I think it's great that you guys are integrating the kid and they come over for parties, but
Hmm. It might it might be time for some more integration.
maybe
It feels like because what you don't want is for this sweet child to feel left out and less than. And with little kids, they don't
they
understand.
don't get why the no is coming.
They don't get why they are excluded, but
Hmm.
other kids are not. And yeah, you look like the bad guy right now.
Hmm. For sure,
And
100%.
like I understand setting a firm boundary. I understand setting your piece. I understand that that's a lot of kids. Like you have one kid, you have 10. You have two kids, you have 200. You have three kids, you have 5,000.
Goddamn
Where are we
band camp at
going?
this point.
It's a lot of people. So I understand. Um, but to a child, they're not gonna get it. They're not gonna understand it, and their feelings are gonna get hurt. And so maybe less about like sleepovers on the weekends and things like that, but maybe more park dates, play dates, kick it at the house for a while. When you guys get more comfortable, maybe have an additional sleepover. Um, but get what I would encourage is because a lot of us, especially like Black parents, we don't do this enough. We don't get more curious. We don't get curious
We
about
tend to
our
mind
kids.
our business.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and that saved our lives in a lot of ways.
Yes.
But with this one, get more curious, like ask some questions like, hey, I see that, I hear you want to like do a sleepover. Why you want to do a sleepover?
Mhm.
Hear what is being said. Like, so if they, for example, if the baby feels like she doesn't want to be away from, her sibling or whatever, okay, all right, well, let's plan some more things to do that don't
Mhm.
involve you spending the night in my house.
Right.
You know, um, it's unfortunately it's not going to be enough to just do parties and things like that and then keep this child at arm's distance. And I'm speaking specifically for the child. And the parent can come in and say whatever. That kid's not going to get it. That kid will
Yeah.
not understand. So if you want to, there's be easeful and gentle about this. Um, yeah,
Yeah, I get it.
yeah.
It's tough because I would not want to be the bad guy in the face of a
Mm-mm.
6-year-old. I'm just
No.
not that mean and not that heartless.
Mm-mm.
And it sounds like you guys are doing a very fantastic job with the blended family thing and everybody gets along well. Um, it's hard to plan for these sort of things, but I don't think this is
Mm.
out of the ordinary for the blended families with a younger sibling. Like Whitney said, if you guys are hanging out and doing parties together, if you're
Mm-hmm.
picking your child up and you guys are doing, I don't know, a park, a playground,
Mm-hmm.
a mall trip, I don't know. I
Mm-hmm.
think it's not a bad idea when you can, when it's
Financially and like schedule wise
when it
feasible.
permits
Yeah.
to integrate this child a little more because I it's probably just the fact that I have a sister when she's home and then I'm here by myself when she's not and she gets a sister at both houses and that's not fair. The mind of a 6-year-old
Yeah.
is who knows what's going on in there.
Yeah.
So that's tough. I do think a
Now who
conversation.
knows what's going
Who
on?
knows? It's whimsical and fun, and there's lots of snacks and crumbs.
Oh goodness.
But I do think it doesn't hurt to have the conversation with her mother so you guys can kind of figure out what's going on and then kind of finding a middle ground. No, the kid can't move in with y'all, obviously. But maybe on Sundays you guys go to church together and get ice cream together and then you drop her off back home. I don't know. That's a tough adulty situation that I don't necessarily want to think of because it just
Mm-mm.
sounds like at the end of the day
Oof.
everybody's got to figure it out but the 6-year-old.
Yeah, and that's not fair.
It's
That baby
not
deserves.
it's not fair and nobody's doing anything to harm this child, but
Mm-hmm.
somebody's got to kind of walk her through the understanding and I think it should be her parents, her mother and her father should be able to have,
Mm-hmm.
6-year-old level conversations with her.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, we can't do this weekend, but next weekend
But
let's
yeah.
go
And
build a
then
bear. I
yeah,
don't
why
know.
don't no, seriously, like, and then when she's not with her sister, that's kind of on them too to make things special for her.
Mhm.
Like, it's not, it shouldn't be like, oh, well, your sister is up doing this and you can go play in your room. Like, as a parent, like, of a small person, like, I understand, like, you kind of want them to like have their own time as well, but like when they have a sibling and they just want to be with their sibling or they want other kids to play with and you're denying them that, like everybody looks bad. Like,
Yes.
and she won't get it. Like,
She
she's not old
exactly.
enough. Yeah, she's not old enough to understand that. And so I encourage everybody to be understanding in this season for the little person. For the
Yes.
little person, yeah. Yeah. And
Uh
make things special. Like, for example, you don't have to go out. Like, you can get what we do, like in our houses, we get a bunch of art supplies, like toilet paper tubes and like little bobs and bits and things like that and glue. And like literally we make inventions. Like, we do goofy stuff like that. We tell stories, we put on plays, we dance around. Make There's ways to make the moment
because an
special that doesn't
occupied
need to.
and entertained child will be thinking less about what they aren't
Yep.
doing and where they aren't going.
Right.
So yeah, I
Right.
I, I agree with you 100% there.
Yes. Give them
Babe,
love, please.
give that baby some love.
Yes.
All right. Whitney, I always appreciate your mature, responsible
It's
takes
not
about
mature.
this. I'm like, I I'm just yelling like, y'all don't like the way y'all doing that baby.
No, that's exactly right. And that's mature too. No, that's
Right.
mature too. Mature,
I the idea of being like a sad 6-year-old just breaks my heart. So I
a
hate that.
lonely 6-year-old child.
Yeah, no.
Like, I think that a lot of times in parenting, we don't put ourselves in that kid's shoes.
Yeah.
We don't try to put ourselves in their brain. We just think and operate from our grown-up standards and standpoints and understandings, not realizing that these people are new here.
Yeah.
They're brand new people, you
They don't
know?
have a whole lot of experience to pull from.
And so this just feels mean and restrictive and unkind. And yeah, like nobody wants that and nobody intends for that.
Mhm.
So it's gonna take work on both sides. Her parents and you guys are gonna have to figure out ways of integrating the baby in, not just in parties, not just at special events, because she's not just for special events
Yes.
and parties. Like, she's a sister too. And so, and I need also, let's have some conversation around that. What does sisterhood look like when the family is in multiple places? What
Mhm.
does that bonding between them look like? How can we foster and continue bonding between them that doesn't prioritize one child over another? So that type
You
of
are
stuff.
such a grown up. I
No,
just,
I'm not.
you really
No, I'm
nailed it.
not.
I could never say anything as eloquent or as
No,
responsible as that.
but here's
Damn
the
it,
thing,
you're
like,
good.
no, I'm not.
You're
The
good. You're so
maturity,
good.
the maturity is in asking those questions. And like, Dorothea, yeah, that's why I named you.
Oh, dear.
Dorothea, but
I would have
sorry
never
about that.
remembered that.
It was right there, top of mind. Dorothea, by you asking that question or even getting curious about that, it shows a lot of maturity and a lot of consideration already. So pat yourself on the back for that. But I would encourage you to really do some exploring, really do some thinking about this. Um, Consider what life is like for the children,
Mhm.
especially that 6-year-old. And and as a family, as the adults in the family, let's have a conversation together. No, you're not gonna look like a bad guy, but what it says is, hey, our girls are gonna be family. Like, after we're gone, they're going to be family.
Right.
So how do we foster this? Because family is not just organic. Like, you have to actually grow
Yeah,
relationships.
you got to work on that shit.
Yeah. If you want it to work, you got to work on it. Nothing doesn't work that you don't work.
Right.
So,
It ain't gonna work itself.
I mean, unless it's the hurricane machines.
Oh, and that's where it
That's a
is.
good spot.
Well, everybody, I hope that y'all have a fantastic week. Don't let nobody play in your face. Y'all better be registered to vote. Complete
Yes,
that mail-in ballot that is sitting on your coffee table
please.
and have a fantastic week.
Bye.
Bye. There we go.